check back in with Netflix's Cowboy Bebop. Media putting out article after article, by the way, about how great Daniela Pinata's response was for the criticism on her Faye Valentine costume. This ended up not working out very well, though. You can see one here from Screen Rant. Then we also have one from the Daily Dot. There was also one from comicbook.com. And I'm sure there'll be several more by the time this week is over, because they love it when actors and actresses go after fans. They love that. That's your quickest way into the heart of access media, because fans are trash to all of these people. However, Daniela Pinata's criticism of the costume and the reaction that fans have given her don't quite add up when you look at some of the previous work that she's been involved in. It seemed like she moved just fine in this costume. This is from a previous show she was on, from what I understand, and she moved around just fine in this costume. No problem at all. No problem at all. So, the internet doesn't forget. The internet always remembers. So before you go around and say, F the fans and then give them a giant finger, you might want to go back and double check and make sure that you never did anything hypocritical before you respond, because you kind of did, and you got busted in 4K.
How dare you?
And, a lot of people have been pointing out The Fifth Element. Lilu did just fine in these types of costumes. She was doing awesome martial arts left and right, and she moved just fine. But hey, these movies are best forgotten to a lot of these people. This movie could never be made today either, by the way. Twitter would be enraged about this costume on the left. They'd be enraged about Faye Valentine's costume, too. That's why they didn't dress her like this. At the end of the day, that's why they didn't dress her like this. Because of Twitter. Because of soft, sensitive people. We didn't get this costume. And it's okay for the men to run around half naked, but not the women. Not the women. So, one thing that I'm really curious about, and a lot of other people have been curious about, is how does Japan feel about this? Now, I had a few comments a couple of days after the reveal. Not very much, but we've got a little bit more of the feelings that Japan has on this, and it's, of course, not good. They, of course, think this is trash for the most part, and they're right. As I've said over and over again, there's no reason for this show to exist. The anime still holds up and is quite fine, but money is to be made, and comics and movies are to be made. This seems to be the answer. They seem to think, hey, well, we can just go ahead and grab these Japanese properties and make novels and comics, and all of these manga lovers will jump in, and that's not what's going to happen. But Japan has mixed feelings on Netflix Cowboy Bebop. On Monday, August 23rd, Netflix revealed a first look at their live-action Cowboy Bebop series set to air on November 19th of this year. Reactions of the reveal have been a mixture of excitement, cautious optimism, and high skepticism. The track record for animated live-action adaptations in the U.S. have not always succeeded, Elita being the one recent exception, and that's true. Elita is actually really, really good. But what do people in Japan think? Considering the story was originally created in Japan, it's only fair to be curious of their opinions on a live-action series based on one of the most iconic anime series ever. Even if an anime fan is not a huge fan of the genre, they have most certainly heard of the 1990s space western. We've got some quotes here. Here are some notable criticisms from Japan on Twitter. This just looks off to me somehow. Spike doesn't have his messy hair or world-weary expression, so I'm really worried about this. Spike isn't handsome enough. Faye doesn't look sexy at all. Looks like some sort of gag cosplay session. I've actually seen cosplay that looks better than this. They look more like the cast of Black Lagoon. Looks more like City Hunter to me. So they don't really care for it. Now to be fair, there's a little bit more. Others have complained about the color patterns being toned down quite a bit, though the series is set in the future with a rough and tough story. It was still balanced out with a vibrant light and color palette. The subdued color and light difference could change as more from the Netflix series is shown, and that's true. That's an easy adjustment to make. You can do that after you're done filming and you have everything ready to go. Here's some more optimistic takes, but they're still not extremely positive. This person is looking forward to it, though, from Japan. So looking forward to this. I know there are a lot of different opinions, but it's good for Bebop to be back in the spotlight in the current era. Now, here's the problem with this. Okay, and this is a conspiracy theory that's been floating around that, makes me raise an eyebrow, but what if, what are the plans to dilute and destroy anime's popularity is to make shows like this so people don't go and watch or read the original source material for Japanese animated properties. Probably not very likely, but, these don't help the originals if they're shit. That is true. Not entirely sold, but I'll probably watch it to see how it is. It's good to see they're trying to stay close to the original work and not making all sorts of weird changes. I'm not sure, though, if I'm confident that they can pull it off. And then this person says that they've got the original music composer, Yoko Kanno, doing the music, and the original anime director is consulting. That's it, though. Consulting. That doesn't mean that he has any input. It's nice that the composer's back, but the director of the series is just consulting. That's like a, producer in quotations. So I have no high expectations for the show. They're extremely low. My expectations are extremely low for this show. I think it's going to be a shit show. And it's going to be funny to watch every Hollywood shill jump over themselves to defend this pile of shit. I can't wait for the early reactions. They're all going to be positive as always. And then the fans will see it and it's going to be garbage. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. Japan's not very happy. What are your thoughts on that? Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you still subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.